Sitting here with recent inductee into the Montana Pro Football Hall of Fame for 2023, Great Falls High product Dallas Neal, University of Montana Grizz, Atlanta Falcons. I saw the baby earlier today. She's sporting the Falcons gear. But congratulations. Take me through the moment when you got the call that, hey, we're inducting you into the Montana Pro Football Hall of Fame.
So Rick gave me a call on the phone, and I knew I had been nominated. But it doesn't really hit you until you understand there's only about 25, 30 or so people that have received this honor. And it just is a little overwhelming to know that you look back and you kind of just worked. You worked every week, you worked every day, and you never really thought about where you were going or what you were doing. You just kept working. And so I think this is probably one of the first times that I've really looked back on it and said, that was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun.
Dallas, when you take me back through the days of playing for the Grizz, when did you realize in your college career that I got a chance at the next level?
I think I had already seen it in my mind. I had felt like I could be there, but I never really got the look. I didn't get invited to the combine, and then I didn't get any tryouts. And I couldn't get anybody to watch my highlight tape. So I actually took a 4-foot mannequin leg and put in a box and put a Cardinals uniform on it and sent it, to the St. Louis Rams special teams coach, and said I'd give my right leg to play for the St. Louis Rams. It's my highlight tape in there. And Frank Gans Jr., the special teams coach, thought it was hilarious. And he called me, and I remember I was working at the business school my senior year, and he said, this is great. He goes, this is hilarious. How'd you come up with this? And I said, watch my highlight tape. I can make it. Give me a shot. So he watched it, and he said, you know what? He goes, you've got the hang time, you've got what it takes. He goes, we don't want a rookie. He goes, I'm not interested. But he called USA Today for me. And that got me tryouts with Denver, Atlanta, and Green Bay. And that's how I got a shot.
You told me the other day that, punting got you there, but there's a lot of different aspects of football. You were the 53rd guy on a roster for 3 years because Dan Reeves believed in you so much.
So when I showed up to minicamp after I was signed, I was one of the 110. And it was very obvious to me that I was not going to make the team as a punter. They had a veteran. They wanted to keep him. Straczynski was great. So I told them, hey guys, I'm a tight end in college. Let me just run some routes, And I remember it was about a month and a half after we started minicamp, Coach Reeves came up to me and he said, you haven't dropped a ball since I've seen you here. I want to see what you can do with pads on. And he just gave me a shot. I was number 6. I was a punter on the roster. And he gave me a shot to play halfback and tight end and play special teams. And that's all I needed. I just needed a shot.
I love asking this question of guys, but what was your welcome to the NFL moment?
My welcome to the NFL moment was being featured in the Atlanta Times as the hit of the day for 5 days straight. On the receiving end of punishment from veterans that knew what plays we were running, and at training camp they wanted to make sure that I knew. And they would do things like, we would play tag where you'd run through the line and you'd tap each other, but there'd always be one guy who would hit you, and you didn't know. And so they made sure you knew that there was a level of respect that needed to be earned and that you didn't get.
Being from Montana and one of the few guys that has made it, over 220 has made it to the NFL, CFL in some form. What's that say about the grit, the tenacity, the strength of Montana athletes?
Yeah. I remember Ken Staninger was my agent, and he told me, he said, you're a Montana kid. You're tough and you're smart. I can get you into a training camp, but you've got to make the team. And so I think there's been a track record of guys from Montana where NFL teams, if they have a spot that's 109 or 110, they'll give it to a Montana kid because they know that guy won't embarrass them. So you get a chance, but then you got to make the 53.
Last question for you, but favorite NFL stadium to go to? I asked you this the other day. I love this answer. It's not a favorite in the sense that you might think.
Right. Favorite as the worst. Right. So if you play in Oakland, when you go to do warm-ups, there's a line when I played that was about 20 yards inside the field that you were told to stay on, and if you didn't, you would be hit with objects. So you had a certain distance that you kept away from everything to just stay safe. I've never played in an experience like that. It was great.
He is a member of the 2023 class of the Montana Football Hall of Fame, Dallas Neal. Thank you for your time. Congratulations.